Boys and girls, I want to welcome you today to Grammy's Corner. I'm Grammy because I have lots of little grandchildren and big grandchildren. Maybe you're one of them. And some of you I've adopted, and you can call me Grammy too. So this is Grammy's Corner. We're going to hear some stories, and we're going to sing songs, and maybe even play a game. And I want you to meet my friend here. This is Wrinkles. Wrinkles, can you say hi to the boys and girls?
Hi, boys and girls.
He's glad to be with us today, too. We're going to have a lot of fun. I hope you will, too. Let me see. I wonder who is here today. I have a magic kaleidoscope that has all shapes and sizes when I look inside of it. Just like you boys and girls come in all shapes and sizes. Maybe if I look in here, do you think I will find some boys and girls that are watching? Let me see. Ooh, I think I see a Cody and a Ruby and a Libby, a Weston, a Trey and Isaac, a Zachary. Oh, and I think I see a Christy and a Joanna, a Charity, a David. Is there an Estelle, a Kai, a Kale? Oh, wait a minute. I think I see an Addie, an Ollie, a Charlotte, an Autumn, a Lily, a Zelda. Oh my. Are there even more? Is there maybe an Alex out there? Oh wow, maybe a Benjamin. Is there a Jacqueline? Oh wow. There's a lot of sizes and shapes out there. Hey, maybe you know of some boys and girls that would like to come and sing some songs and hear a story with us at Grammy's Corner. You can invite them to join us. So, boys and girls, do you like to sing songs? I like to sing songs. Do you like to sing songs, Wrinkles?
I sure do. I like to sing songs.
What song would you like to sing?
I don't know. What song you want to sing?
Boys and girls, do you know when my cup runneth over with joy? You don't? Well, let's learn this new song. We're going to learn a new song, okay?
Yup.
All right. Can you do this? Can you do it faster? Can you do it the other way? That's fun, isn't it? Well, that's what we're going to do. We sing this song. We're going to sing When My Cup Runneth Over with Joy. You get to clap when we say the word joy. When my cup runneth over with joy. Then you're going to say, I find it easy to shout and to smile all about when my cup runneth over with joy. You can do that, right? Good. And can you do this? Can you put your hands on your hips? Can you tip over? That's what happens. We tip our cup over and there's no joy in it, nothing comes out. So when we sing the next verse, we say, when my cup is so empty and dry, tip your cup over. All right. And then we say, I find it easy to pout and to frown all about when my cup is so empty and dry. Okay? You want to try that with me? Get this ready, okay? When our cup runneth over with joy. Ready? When my cup runneth over with joy. When my cup runneth over with joy. I find it easy to shout and to smile all about. When my cup runneth over with joy. Put your hands on your hips. But when my cup is so empty and dry. When my cup is so empty and dry, I find it easy to pout and to frown all about. When my cup is so empty and dry, but when my cup runneth over with joy, sing it! When my cup runneth over with joy, I find it easy to shout and to smile all about. When my cup runneth over with joy. Very good. Did you like that song? I did too. That's one of my favorite. I hope you boys and girls are happy boys and girls and your cup is running over with joy. Because when we're happy, we make other people feel happy around us, don't we? Yes. Okay, I think it's time for a game. All right, Wrinkles, would you sit over here for a little bit while we play a game, okay? This may look familiar. What game is that? You're right, it's a game of hangman. And you'll see some of the letters are already filled in. Maybe you can figure out what this says. Don't tell your neighbor. If you know what it is, don't tell. I brought along my fun Scrabble letters. And let's see if we can find some letters that fit in to make these two words. There's a top word and a bottom word. Let's take out the first letter. It's a W. Let's see, does that work there? No. No. No, it doesn't fit. Oh, well, what does that mean? That means we have to draw a head on our hangman. Oh, no, he's got a head. Let's get another letter. Shake it up first. I. Does an I fit in here? Yes, it does. Let's put an I right here. Oh, are you? Some of you are saying, I know what that word is. Okay, let's shake this up again. Let's find another letter. It's a D. Does a D fit there? No. Nope, that's not it. Well, that could spell the word dime, but that's not it. Okay, our hangman gets a body. Uh-oh, we better find some clues. Let's get some more letters. Here's an S. Oh, I already have an S. I don't need an S. All right, can't be that. All right, let's put a leg on our hangman. Another letter. What letter do you think we're going to get next? It's a R. Does the R fit there? No? Does the R fit? Oh, it does? Yes, it does. You're right. An R. R goes right there. Oh, are some of you figuring it out? You are? You guys are so smart. You're very smart. You know what it is? Okay, let's see what's our next letter. Oh, no, we have an O. We don't need an O. Okay, we already have that. G? Scory? It's very scory. No. A gime? No. Oh, he gets another leg. Oh, please, please don't hang me, says the hangman. Let's see what other letters we have in here. We need another letter, people. A U? Nope. That's not a U. Oh, come on. What is the letter? N? Nope. Oh, I forgot to put an arm on there and another arm for the U. Oh no! Well, we haven't put any feet on him yet. He needs some feet and hands. He's not dead yet. We didn't hang him yet. Okay. Oh, we already had a G. Let's see. What other letters do we have? An H? A shory? Is this a shory? Is it a hein? Nope, it's not. So let's put a foot on him. Oh, he's got one foot. Good boy. Let's see. Give me another letter. How about a V? Is it a V? Nope. Oh, did that go over there? Vine? Vine. Nope, that's not a word, is it? Okay, let's put another foot on our hangman. Oh, come on, we need the right letter, people. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Is it an X? It's not an X. X doesn't work, does it? This time X does not mark the spot. No, it does not. But the X gives him a hand. Oh my, come on, come on, come on. We need the right letter here. Give me the right letter. Is it a Z? A Zori? A Zyme? Nope, it's not a Z. Oh, He gets another hand. Oh no. What else does he need? A face? He doesn't have a face yet. Okay. Oh, come on, come on. Give me the right letter. Is this the right letter? We already had an I. Can't be an I again. A J? Could it be a J? A story. A dime? No. It's not a J, people. Let's give him an I. Here we go. I hear you guys. You're telling me what the word is, right? You're saying, I know what the word is. I know what the word is. Do we have E? Or we have an E. Okay. Can't be an E. Oh, come on. Where's my right letter in here? You guys may have to shout out the answer if I can't find it. Do we have a W? We had a W already. Already had a W. What do I need, you guys? What do I need? What do I need? An L? Is it a slurry? Is it a line? No. No, it's not. I don't know. I'm running out of letters here. What? Oh, let's give him another I. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Pretty soon, he gets a nose and a mouth, and this guy is. Do we have an A? Is there an A? I don't think that's gonna work, is it? Uh-oh. Here's his nose. He gets a mouth, and he's a goner. Okay, one more letter, guys. One more letter, one more letter, one more letter. Oh, we had an N. We had an N. Mix this up. We must not be mixing them up very well. Do we have an R? We had an R, because there's an R. And we have an S. Oh, here's a blank one. Hey, can we use the blank one? Let's use the blank one. And you tell me. I think it fits in both places. What would that be? What? Did I hear you? Yes, it's a T. It's a T. A T and another T. What does that spell? Story time. If you said story time, you're right. It's story time. We're gonna have a story today. Let's put our tiles away. We always put our toys away when we're done. Put our toys away. Put our game away. Now it's time for our story. This is called Jeremy, the Tale of an Honest Bunny. That's why we have all of our bunnies out here today, because this is what our story is about a bunny. Jeremy is his name. And he is an honest bunny. By the way, what does honest mean? If I said you were an honest boy, you're an honest girl, you're somebody that tells the truth, right? You don't tell a lie, you tell the truth. You're a truth teller. That's what honest means. So this is the story about an honest bunny named Jeremy. And this chapter is called A Vest with Silver Buttons. Every summer evening in the softly gathering dusk, John Sweeney appeared on the path that led through the high sheep meadow. To his mind, the sheep had taken to greeting him, and after his walk from the village, a bit of conversation was welcome. "Bah!" they cried. "Hello yourself," he sang out. On either side of the winding lane to his cottage, tall hedgerows brimmed with wild roses and white flowering bindweed. And deep in the tangle of the thick hedge, creatures were settling down contentedly, just as he would do so himself. As he rounded the bend where the hawthorn grew, he saw his own small cottage standing in the midst of a garden drenched with evening birdsong. Without knowing it, he took his cap from his head and he held it over his heart. Because there, through the lamplit window, he could see his wife seated by the hearth, holding a large fawn-colored bunny in her lap. Can you see him coming up to his cottage, which is another word for a house? He ducked quickly through the low doorway, and he was glad to spy his hot supper on the table. But it was the warmth in Lydia's voice that made him feel the happiest. "Oh, John, sweetie," she cried. Laying the handmade bunny on the hearth, she flew to her young husband and kissed his rough cheek. "Your kidney pie has been calling you these last minutes. I heard it from the lane. Sit down then, and I'll fetch your tea. But first, do look at the bunny that I've made." John gave a gasp of approval as she held her creation before him. "Oh, you're a clever lass, you are. He looks as true as any rabbit I've ever seen, with those brown eyes and all." "Do you like him?" she asked, excited and pleased. "Oh, more than a little, I do. He's the best by far." John bent down to admire his wife's handiwork more closely and the delicacy of her stitches in the little blue jacket. "Those silver buttons on his vest. Now, where have I seen those buttons before? I wonder," he asked. Lydia blushed. "Oh, they're off your old coat, the one you've not worn. You said since you were a little lad." "Ha ha, you're a robber and a thief," cried John, as Lydia shrieked and ran to the singing tea kettle. In the kitchen, he caught her around the waist, laughing. "Ah, Lydia, you can have my buttons, for you've already stolen my heart." You see John and his wife Lydia there? And they're looking at the bunny that she made. Well, the next morning, Lydia sat by the hearth with the bunny in her lap and a sash of printed cotton. Now," she said, winding the little sash about his neck, "this will make you a completely finished rabbit. And when my wonderful bunny rabbits are completely finished, that's when I give them a name." She looped the cotton tie quite carefully so that the bow was crisp and neat. "There, that's just lovely," she said, standing him up in her lap. Now, let's give you a name." Lydia's eyes grew very bright as she pronounced his name. "Jeremy." She waited a moment. "Now that you have a name, you may talk, you know." Jeremy said nothing because he had no idea what to say. "My bunnies always talk when they're given a name," Lydia said patiently. No sound but the crackling of the small fire on the hearth. She looked into his brown eyes and grew worried. A little furrow appeared on her forehead. Suddenly, Jeremy knew exactly what he wanted to say. "Thank you," he squeaked. Lydia hugged him so hard he could scarcely breathe. "I knew it. I knew you could talk. But why are you thanking me?" "For making me your very best bunny ever." Do you know what else I did, Jeremy?" No," he said. "I also made you an honest bunny. That means that no matter what happens, you will always be honest, for that's the way you're made." Lydia stood him upright in her lap, and a serious expression stole over her soft features. Do you see her holding the bunny rabbit up? "And speaking of honesty," she said, "someone has paid honest pounds sterling for you, and I've given them my honest word that I would send you off today." "Do you send all your bunnies off?" Jeremy said. Lydia sighed. "Oh, yes, and it's harder and harder to do each time." Lydia set him on the hearth, still warm from the early morning fire, and moved about the room picking up John's shirt and suspenders and tidying the table where they'd had morning tea. There was quite a clatter of teacups and biscuit plates as Jeremy stood thinking over all she'd said. Where shall I be sent off to exactly? He noticed that Lydia's chin quivered ever so slightly. America, she said, where the cowboys are. America! Exclaimed Jeremy. This news caused him to hop off the hearth and onto the worn rug. Perhaps he should hop under the table and hide, he thought. Instead, he found that his legs liked so much to move that they wouldn't stop. He hopped around the old wooden floor, then raced into the kitchen and thumped the pine boards until it sounded like the drumming of a drum corps. Oh, Jeremy, cried Lydia, clapping her hands with relief. I just knew you'd be excited. Jeremy hopped across the room to Lydia's feet and looked up at her. See him hopping? I'm doing this because it feels so good, he explained. I'm not at all excited about going to America. Oh, he saw that little furrow appear again on her brow. But I'll go, he said respectfully, and drummed his last upon the old cottage floor. The journey begins. We must hurry, Lydia said breathlessly. The post will leave in less than an hour. I've addressed the box in very large hand so it can easily be read. And I've marked it as fragile. See, in large letters. Jeremy peered into the box which Lydia had taken from the cupboard. It was dark in that box. It was small in that box. It was lonely in that box. Jeremy's eyes grew wider. His ears stood straight up. Then he spoke with the same squeak he'd used to say his first words. I shall have to get to America some other way, he said, not wishing to be impertinent. Why? Whatever do you mean? Asked Lydia. His nose quivered, but only a bit. I can't get in that box, he said. Oh, but it's a lovely box. She fluffed the tissue paper as if making an inviting nest. You shall travel ever so smoothly in it. If you don't mind, Jeremy said, weighing his words, I'd rather make the journey on my own. He felt very contrite, indeed, before the gentle Lydia. But how can you do that? You're only a homemade bunny. Yes, but I'm the best homemade bunny of all. You said so yourself. Well, however will you cross the ocean? Jeremy thought about this. He looked down at his plaid trousers. He wiggled his nose. He closed his eyes and pondered. Then he said, I don't know, but I'll think of something. I'm sure you will, said Lydia, growing convinced. Goodness, I've never dreamed I'd made such a determined bunny. She wrote something on a small slip of paper. You must keep this paper with you at all times, she said, tucking the slip of paper into his vest. It's the name and address of the person you were made for, and you must deliver yourself as quickly as possible. He looked around the room where Lydia had often sung lullabies as she sat with him in her lap, stitching his vest, sewing on the shiny buttons, and even creating his whiskers. Oh, this had been a lovely home. Perhaps he could somehow stay here, playing in the garden just beyond the door. But no, he was an honest bunny, and he had someone to deliver himself to. I believe in you, she said proudly, for I know the way you're made. Jeremy hopped to the open door and looked into the fragrant garden. A butterfly settled on a delphinium. A bee thrust itself into the blossom of a larkspur. Across the meadow, a lamb called. Lydia knelt beside him and said, I have spoken to my Maker about your journey, and you must carry these words with you. For he shall give his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Jeremy nodded his head as Lydia bent down and straightened his tie. Then he hopped through the open front door and bounded away, trying very hard to avoid looking back. Don't take carrots from strangers, Lydia called as he hopped past the petunia bed. Keep your boots clean. Oh, and remember to polish your buttons. Now he was well into the lane, and his legs felt wonderfully swift and free. A chipmunk dashed across his path. A dove flew out of the hedge, its wings thrumming. Do you see him ready to go? There he goes. Do keep your tie straight, Lydia called. Jeremy ran and ran and ran, not looking back. Then when he reached the big woods, he stopped and turned around. All he could see was a spiral of gray smoke rising from the cottage chimney. And that's where we're going to stop today, boys and girls. Did you enjoy that story about Jeremy the Honest Bunny? He's just beginning his journey, isn't he? It's going to be exciting to see what happens. So come back next week and we're going to have another part of the story to tell you, and some more games and some songs. I hope you've had fun. Grammy's had fun. You come back to Grammy's Corner next week. Bye now.